Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have a very surprising game to share with you from the ongoing Top Chess Engine Championship Season 28 Premier Division. This was a round 16 game played August 8th. On the white end, Integral, a strong neural network engine written in C++, trained on tens of millions of self-play games. Here are a few of its search details. Now, its author is Aaron Petkovsky. I've included a GitHub link in the description if you would like to learn more about Integral and see its other contributors. Its current rating is 3576. Certainly seems to be very underrated. It is up against, in this game, the longtime king of chess, Stockfish, rated 3731. Now, through the first 17 rounds of the Premier Division, tied at the top, we have Stockfish and Integral, 11 points. Now, there's still many more games to go in the Premier Division, 56 games in all. If this keeps up, we're likely going to see these two play in the Super Final. Now, one final note, the time controls for this game, 60 minutes each, 6-second increment. I'll give a couple clock updates throughout this video. There is a significant difference with the clock times in this one. This right here is our start position. This comes out of the Trompowsky Attack, very imbalanced start. Stockfish working with the bishop pair, a messy structure. The evaluation here is +1. These two have yet to play from this start position with colors reversed. It'll be very interesting to see how Integral plays from the black side. The first move of this game, by Integral, we have knight d2. Stockfish covers c4, queen c2, f5 covered, h4 rules out any h4 idea by black. Follow up knight c7, e4, bishop h6, knight e2, pawn takes, knight takes, queen b6, no time to take on d5. Got the trick, the check, queen falls, so she backs off. Knight g5, bishop g4, knight d4, and we have the bishop for knight exchange. This brings to life this rook. Queenside castles, knight f5, and from here we have knight captures d5. About 15 minutes was spent on just this one move. Now the reply here is knight h6. If bishop captures knight, the way to get the piece back is through e6 with the fork. Now the clock times at this moment here, after knight d5, that is move 18. Clock times here, 40 minutes for Integral, 21 minutes, 40 minutes remaining for Integral, 21 minutes remaining for Stockfish. All right, from here we have knight h6. Now the knight is ready to be picked off. f7 under fire. Bishop has pressure. Stockfish covers both. But now the h-pawn is swiped. Material now balanced. Knight falls back. And now this castling by hand. This is interesting. King f1, king g1. We're going to see that the white king starts to creep up on the king side a little bit. And I believe, in a way, this paves the way for white to welcome a queen exchange multiple times. And we're going to see that Stockfish continually ducks the queen exchange. Reason being, if there's no queens around, the king is going to be a very active piece. The white king will play a much more significant role in the more simplified position in the endgame. All right, we continue with king b8, rook h4, unpinning the knight, rook now defended, queen a5, f4, covering g5, rook f8, rook e1. From here, rook on d to e8 is played. If queen captures a2, there's f5 to scare the bishop away. And then e7 is going to fall. So some coverage for the important center pawn. Queen d2, a6 is played here. I had a look at queen captures a in this position rather than a6. If queen captures a here, yet again, we'll see this idea of f5. And after the bishop backs off, this idea of rook e4 is very strong. How are you defending e7? If you move that pawn, d6 is going to fall. So black or Stockfish here, not swiping the a pawn, keeping the queen, patrolling this fifth rank. a6 it is. Some air for the king. King g1, check. There we go with the offer of a queen exchange, declined. Follow up f5, bishop f5, queen d2. Now comes e5. Knight g4, eyeing up this new weakness on f6, bishop exchange, king recapturing, queen b5, one more update. And this is one of the most eye-opening moments of the game clockwise. I am not misspeaking with what I'm about to say next. Move 31, queen b5, the clock times read as follows. About 33 minutes for integral versus Stockfish's 24 seconds. So what do we read into that one? Those search details I shared at the start of the video, is that playing a significant role here between these two? Seems to be much more efficient search-wise. Feel free to chime in on this topic. Huge difference. I mean, 33 minutes versus 24 seconds. Okay. Continuation from here is rook h6. Pressure on d6. If you swipe d6, the b2 pawn is falling with check. All right. Integral goes after it with the rook. It's covered. King h3. So this is what I was talking about. The king creeping over to f1, g1, g2, h3. It's close to supporting this 2-to-1 majority. No queens on board. A much more active white king. From here we have queen c6, queen g2, yet again, declined. And what's nice about this, noting the queen positions, Integral's queen is nice and central, and if you try to neutralize it, that's a welcome sight for white. Bring on the queenless ending. From here, queen e7, g5 covered. I like this move, rook h4. If you're going to exchange, let it happen on h4, and give me an outside passed pawn. All right. Queen d7, queen e4, queen b5. Let me throw this position to you as a pop quiz. How would you continue here? Can you spot integrals? Next move. Feel free to pause the video. Okay, the human move. Well, I'll just step up with the rook and babysit the b pawn. Nope. In this one, we have b3. What's going on with b3? Let's see. After black takes on b3, not the recapture right away. c4 inserted. Now what? The queen backs off to b6 here. If Stockfish tries to be fancy, and maybe try d5, counterattack. Integral is coming out ahead. Pawn takes queen. Pawn takes queen. You swipe the dangerous b pawn and say these pawns are terrible. We're in the ending. The king is more active. In this situation, these pawns are not felt. They're very weak. So that would not be a good follow-up by Stockfish, d5. We have the queen backing off. Only now do we have the capture on b3. Follow-up is rook on h to g8. The b pawn poison. Queen takes b, there's rook b1, and there's going to be a problem on b7. So we have the rook positioned on the g file. Knight h6. Rook is hit. G pawn poison. Rook g7 is played. Rook captures pawn, runs into this fork. This is a really pesky piece right now. A huge difference between the knights. This knight under control doesn't have a good forward move. Completely under control by the white pawns. So rook g7, queen backs off. Can we trade? Everything is covered. No trade. Rook d1, queen d7, gets out of any pin. Rook h7, queen b6, knight in the corner. What a sight. This is so rare to see. I mean, look at this position. The knight's in the corner, queen on f2 here, completely out of play position here for the knight. Rook g7, queen e3, knight back in play, sort of. Now we get this break, taking advantage of the pin. Follow up knight b5, immediately hopping to the weakness. b5, d4 is a soft point. Stockfish is going to be able to maneuver there. Follow up, we see the capture on d6, knight d4. And now rook f1. Knight c6 follows. If queen captures d6 in this position, here's what we would see. Queen d6 can be met with f6. And now what? The queen is not there supporting f7, and this is a problem. Where does the rook go? Here or here? There's knight takes f7 straight away. And if the rook goes to h7, not stable. Can be questioned right away. And now what? If this rook goes here to defend the rook, there is knight takes f7. Can't take on f7 here. Rook is going to fall. So, in short, it is not a good idea to swipe d6. What is tried? Knight c6. Here comes f6. Rook g6. Knight. Eyeing this nice intersection square on e7. Rook back. Very clumsy. So rare to see this. Stockfish backed up like this. Very invasive pawns. Not a single pawn or piece. Stockfish does not have a single pawn or piece on integral side of the board. Knight e7. G6 break. We now work with a passed pawn. Knight continues to be a pest, targeting this rook time and time again. Rook f7. Knight takes pawn. Knight exchange. And this is just a winning major piece specific ending. We have what? These two connected passed pawns. So let's see the conversion from here. Everything is completely under control by integral. Eventually we're going to have a queen exchange, and it's a squeaky clean conversion. Nice pawn advance to break down the king position. Try to hide. Stockfish trying to hide behind the pawn, but there's no hiding. There's a check, and now integral can force off the queens, and these two connected passed pawns will soon decide. So whenever you can safely move them, you're moving them at this point. Yeah, pretty simple conversion at this stage here. This one goes straight to checkmate. And let's just see what that looks like. Again, a very surprising game here. Again, leave your feedback on this one, especially what's the story with the huge difference in the clocks. I mean, 33 minutes versus 24 seconds through the first 31 moves. I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say on this one. Very surprising result. I look forward to seeing how things play out with the same start position, colors reversed with these two. Anyhow, feel free as usual to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it. maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.